Hey everybody, this is Tyson.
And Logan.
And you're listening to Dad Bods and Beards podcast. It's a show that gives you a fresh look on being a father, a husband, and honestly, a man being in today's world.
For people who want to have a good time, laugh, and be uplifted, thanks for subscribing and listening. Now for the show.
What up, everyone? Thank you for joining us today on Dad Bods and Beards. Today, we want to talk a little about our 75 hard journey and what's been happening so far since, day 75 is today.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's probably different for the people listening because it hasn't been 75 days since we posted the episode. Because
it's been like a week.
Yeah, because we pre-recorded that episode along with a few others. So.
Yeah, I think we were almost a month or a month and a half in when the first episode aired.
Yeah,
when we were talking about that.
Yeah, so it's like someone was like, "Wait, you're on day what? Didn't you guys just start it?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're on the accelerated course."
Every hour is a day.
Yeah, it's like when it gets really hard, we just skip 10 days.
But so I can go first because you're killing it. You're on day 75. I'm on day 6.
Well, I mean, when you phrase it that way, it makes it just sound like you gave up. You didn't give up. I mean, it was like you got to put context to this whole stuff. Like some people, if they've been listening to us, last week, or they follow us on TikTok or whatever, they know that we were in Vegas, and nobody realizes how hard that was on you and how much you had to do.
Yeah.
I told you I didn't accept you restarting because I told you the different things that I think that you hit it, but you're which I respect your decision and I respect your commitment to it. So
what happened with me is, we had to make a ton of oils as samples. We had to get the whole Expo or the Cosmoprof ready. Then we get there, and I mean, we're walking miles upon miles upon miles in just the Expo alone, little alone on the strip or whatever we decided to do that evening. But not only that, though, I just didn't make it to the gym. But we ate as well as we kept with the diet plan. We kept doing and hitting our macros and the things that we needed to. But I just didn't hit the gym. I lost 2 pounds that week, and this week I've lost 2 pounds. And I'm just trying, man. But I just didn't hit the workout, so I'm starting over because I was going to start over anyway. So I might as well just start over and just do it legit.
But the 68 days or whatever leading up to that, what were you at before you felt like you needed to restart?
I was day 68.
Well, no. I mean, what have you lost? What did you like?
Oh, so I started at 350 and now I'm at 318.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's still nuts.
Yeah.
You still lost over 30 pounds.
And I almost have a 6-pack, and everyone's like, wait, what? At 318, you almost have a 6-pack? I'm just a big dude.
Yeah.
So I get 6-packs around 290.
I'm at the point where I'm not comfortable sharing my pictures yet.
Dude, but you
except for
with me
to you and my wife, and my wife was even like, "Wow." She's like, "Yeah, you."
And your wife's friends and their friends.
No. I didn't send it to anybody but you. So I just showed my wife, but yeah, dude, it was. I mean, you worked your butt off. I went and worked out with you at the gym. I don't know, what was that, a month and a half ago? You kicked my butt. Some of you guys don't realize Tyson used to be a bodybuilder. I mean, you still are. You never lose it. Yours is coming back. The size of the shirts you wear don't do you any favors because you oversize and you are
100% jacked
already.
If anyone who's a bodybuilder or anything like that, that's kind of what you do. You just buy extra big stuff because it's comfortable to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is having seen a guy, having worked out with you and seen your before and current pictures, dude, you're like a sleeper dad bod. You
attacking my nipple. That video that you did showed my gut, and I'm like, oh man.
Well, dude, those, I mean, you see, the gray shirts were not super flattering. It showed my little belly, my big belly.
But no, my nipple's still recovering from Vegas.
Sorry, I just gasped in the microphone. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't tell me you asked for it that week, and then it became a joke. And then it was like an addiction, and I couldn't stop. So you're choking.
Just so those who are listening, I'm drinking a Sprite, and I just spit it out because that made me laugh.
Is that a Sprite?
Sprite Zero.
Are those good? I feel like
does
it taste funky?
I like zeros, so like it's part of my diet thing. You know, if I drink my gallon of water, I like to drink soda, and you know,
I can do Dr. Pepper.
right now it's 8:55 p.m. our time, and after we're done around 10 o'clock, I'm going to hit the gym, but I don't like caffeine this late because I want to be able to sleep. So,
meanwhile, I'm about to go hit my pre-workout and like lose my mind, and then go to the gym.
That's so cool, though. Good for you.
But thanks, man.
Yeah.
So it was
talk about you because you are actually literally on day 75.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I got kind of emotional this morning. I was going to make a TikTok and I decided not to because I think I want to have a little bit more progress to actually show some photos that I feel comfortable showing. But yeah, so this is day 75. Like if I go hit my workout, which I'm going to do tonight, that finishes it. I've already read my 10 pages. I've already drank my gallon of water for the day. I already did a 45-minute workout earlier today. And then I just got to hit the gym and take a picture. And that's day 75 completed.
So cool.
So I got kind of emotional because, like, they don't call it 75. I said this before. They don't call it 75 hard for no reason. Like, it's hard. And then there was things that did get easier. Like, eventually drinking a gallon of water didn't seem so hard, especially with me working outside. It's easy to, like, chug water when you're sweating your butt off at work.
Oh, yeah.
But then
100%.
I got really into the reading, dude. I just started my 4th book yesterday. So,
that's cool,
dude. And you know what it is? Robert put me onto this. So some of you guys heard him last week. Robert Michaelis, big, massive beard, huge on beard talk and TikTok and stuff. Major motivational guy. I mean, he and I and Robert.
He can make a lot of money just being a motivational speaker. Yeah. I really do believe that. For what he's gone through in his life.
Yeah. So he put me on to David Goggins. Have you followed David Goggins at all?
I don't even know who he is.
Holy crap. That dude. So I got both his books. He's got 2 books. And I started on the first one. Robert was like, dude, you got to read Goggins. And so Robert put me onto him because I just finished Atomic Habits. And dude, it's like the first chapter is just like instantly heavy. Like he's probably one of the toughest dudes on the freaking planet. No joke. And so I'm not going to give too much away with him, but yeah, I just started that one yesterday and I'm already like hooked on it. So,
oh, that's cool. I'll have to try it out.
Robert just like swears by him. And so, you know, me, you, Matt, Robert, we all just kind of clicked. And then now Robert's like sending me all this workout stuff and like motivational stuff. And so he put me onto David Goggins. But for me, this morning, I guess we'll have to see what I weigh in tomorrow morning. But this morning I got up and I was down 31.5 pounds.
Dude, that's so cool. So we're both about the same loss.
Yeah. So I started at 287 and I am down to 256 and a half or 254 and a half. I don't know. I can't do the math. 31 and a half pounds from 287. I got like the freaking like, and I'm doing the intermittent fasting and stuff too. So it's like, it's funny. It's like, I get like brain fog depending on where my like macros are at for the day. So as soon as I hit like my protein, creatine, pre-workout, then I'm like, boom, alert. Like, ask me anything. I got the answer. It may not be the right one, but I got one.
It's like the movie Limitless where he takes that pill and all of a sudden you're like, ooh,
dude,
hi.
That's how I felt. So, you know part of my story, and this might be one for another day. So I got put on Adderall. Oh, geez. 8 years ago. And I was on it for years. No, longer than that, dude. It was like not long after I got married. And when I started taking Adderall, that's how I felt. Was like, oh my gosh, is this how normal people think? Like,
oh, wow.
I feel like time slowed down and I was able to process everything, but then I didn't sleep and then I didn't eat and then I kind of went crazy. So that's a story for another day.
And then I was in prison.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
But yeah. Dude, for me,
everyone, Logan did not go to prison.
No, I did not go to prison. No. I'm too soft for prison. I appear to be hard, but I'm a bit. But then I want to ask you this after. But the biggest thing that I think I took away from 75 Hard is not just me losing weight or feeling better or eating cleaner. It's the freaking discipline. Like, dude, I mean, I told you this in the beginning when we started, is that I have a tendency because of the bipolar to get on these manic highs. And my wife was almost waiting for like the couple weeks in for it to just kind of like peter off. Like everything else I've ever done other than, you know, like going to work and working hard all day for my family.
Yeah.
She was just waiting. And she was rightfully so, and probably some other people being like, well, this is just Logan's tried to lose weight before and like go cold turkey on stuff and it didn't work. But some of the stuff you and I talked about, I was super determined this time and I stuck with it. And having you really made a huge difference because like we kept each other super accountable. And then I started working with this online coach, which I'm going to plug him really quick. His name's Brad. It's with Reliant Fitness, and he's on TikTok, Instagram. The dude calculated my macros. He gave me like strict workouts to follow. I mean, like regimented waking up, water, all that stuff. So I did that in line with 75 hard. And dude, now it's like, I can't not hit the things I need to do in the day. It's almost like a reverse addiction in a good way.
Yeah. I would say working out does become an addiction. Also eating healthy. Like I was craving a treat like sugar today. And, you know, like when we were in Vegas, we didn't have any sugar or anything like that, but we had protein bars. But today I was craving sugar. And so what I did is I got apple cinnamon rice cakes and just whipped cream. And I just put like five small little baby rice cakes. So like little baby ones, like the size of a quarter. And then I got 5 of those and put whipped cream on them. And that's what I had as a treat. And it was so good.
You told me about that. What are those chips? They're like popcorners or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The rice chip. You told me about that. I got the cinnamon ones and I put the sugar-free whip on it a couple weeks ago. It's a good little treat. Apple pie.
It's so good.
It was. I was surprised. So I do that every now and then. I've got some down in my pantry.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying is like the discipline. So a couple episodes ago when we talked about 75 hard and starting it, I talked about how I coped with my mental health issues because I wasn't doing it the right way initially, and I created a really bad food dependency and food addiction. And I was eating McDonald's, Wendy's, Panda Express, Taco Bell, like just
absolutely.
Crap. And then of course that obviously gets really expensive, but like, and then I couldn't get over the inner, you know, as the guy who created 75 Hard, Andy Frisella, he calls it your inner bitch voice. That's what it is, right? A guy that tells you don't want to go to the gym. You want to get the food you want to eat and just like wants to cave to everything. And like getting over that and like literally being able to tell that voice like, dude, shut up. Like that was huge for me.
Yeah, no, the whole thing for me was about eating. Because it got to the point where like for lunch, I would go to one particular fast food restaurant and they would know exactly what I was going to order. You know what I mean? It got to that point where like, oh, this is embarrassing. Yeah. But you would go anyway because you just liked it and it was comfortable. And so now though, it's like I'm very grateful for the eating part. The working out I love. Me and Porter and my wife, we all go to the gym together. During the summer we're able to go late because you know he's going to be in high school next year, and so it's been really fun getting to hang out with him. But the eating portion is what I've just really enjoyed. I don't miss candy. I don't miss anything like that. Yeah, it's like when we went to the Venetian and they didn't have sugar-free ice cream, the kind of like the gelato stuff that I really wanted to try. I wasn't even heartbroken at all. I'm like, bummer.
Dude, 100%. So you're telling me like, oh, this is the best gelato ever, because I'd never been to Vegas, neither had Robert or any of us. And no, it was just me, you, and Casey. This was before Robert and I got there. And so I go over there, and we're like, "Oh, do you got sugar free?" And the lady looks at us like, "You want sugar free gelato? Like, like does that exist? Like, where do you like? I don't know. Do like, but yeah." And so the same thing. I would have normally just caved and been like, "I'm just gonna get some anyways."
Yeah.
But
there was zero desire. Like I said, the only reason why I started 75 Hard is the workout at night. I just couldn't work out at night after doing all that. I was just exhausted.
No, dude. I mean, people.
But you did it.
Well, but see, I didn't have my family there, and I didn't have a massive investment into a massive show to support my company. So, like, yeah, I was going and I was working out till midnight some nights, and then I'd go to bed. Like, I had a lot more free time than you did in Vegas.
Well, when you put so much work into something and it goes well, you're finally content. I wouldn't say content, but it's going well, and you finally feel like you can breathe for a second.
Yeah.
That was me in Vegas. That was me. Like, everything that we worked hard to get to was happening, and it went well the first day. And I was just like, my body just decided, "Oh no, you're tired," and it just
Yeah.
like fell.
Well, you like nobody knows this except for like those of us that were there along with you and close. Like you weren't freaking sleeping for like for the week leading up to it.
Oh no, no, not at
So
all.
I don't think it's so I tried 75 hard once before we started this, and I think I made it like 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, this is freaking hard. I can't do this by myself. Yada yada yada. So it's like to be able to make it as far as you did, and it's not because like you gave up, it's because literally like your livelihood got in the way. Like most people be like, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time for like you literally didn't. Like it's not even an excuse. It's like we were taking care of everything and then you were like falling asleep on your feet. So, like nobody blames you for it. And you
But I'm
already
doing
started
it
back
again,
there.
and I am going to hit that 75 plus. I really enjoy what we're doing. Eventually, my diet's going to be 90-10. I'm going to keep 90% of what I am, but then if we decide to go out to eat, I'm gonna break a little bit,
Yeah.
but that's okay, and it's
But
okay
see,
for that to happen.
I've found that like there's a lot of food that you can have if you count your macros right. Like you can have those foods. You just have to like give and take a little bit.
Oh yeah,
So like last night, I've been eating a freaking ton of grilled chicken. Like I know that sounds really boring, but I've found a couple of really good ways to make it. Like I make teriyaki chicken, like low sugar, low sodium, whatever. And then I'll make like this like lemon pepper grilled chicken, this like
oh yeah. You're
mesquite chicken,
using
or
McCormick.
yeah.
Yeah,
So ones like that, and I do like just cast iron fried, grilled chicken or whatever, but like not any breading or whatever. But then last night my wife was making chicken parmesan. She's like, "Can you have some of this?" I'm like, "I really want to." So that I went through all the ingredients and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to sacrifice some stuff on lunch because my wife really wants to make this." But that's the nice thing is Chelsea has been super supportive since she
she
realized that
has.
I've been sticking with this. She's been like, "Hey, is this?" She was like craving a snack one time, and she's like, "Is that going to be hard for you to pick that up and bring it home for me?" So it was like her recognizing that I've been battling these addictions for so long with food and snacks and candy, and that I'm trying really hard. So for her to say like, "Hey, is that going to be hard for you to pick that up on the way home from the gym if I was craving that?" So for me, that was a little bit of validating of her being like, "Hey, I see what you're doing. I don't want to make it harder. Is this okay with you?" So that, which it was also cool to be able to do that. And then like one of her favorite treats, I was just telling you about this tonight, is Dairy Queen, just a Blizzard. Everybody freaking loves Blizzard.
Oh yeah.
And she takes like 3 days to eat it. She doesn't eat the whole thing. She cuts up and adds a bunch of fruit to hers or whatever. But excuse me, I'm like burping in the microphone. But I went and got a Blizzard and I'm by myself. I could have very easily gotten one. No one would have known, but I didn't. I could have gotten
Dude,
a little one or gotten a cheeseburger or gotten a little corn dog or whatever, just thrown it in.
yeah, and you wouldn't know one I've ever known.
But like
Just
I
you.
was telling my little sister this. My little sister is big into CrossFit, and so I've been like texting her a lot. Like I hit kind of a PR last night with some deadlifts I was texting you about. So I was
I
texting
know that
her.
is so cool.
Dude, I felt like a monster.
You should.
Like it's not near what I was in high school, but like I was repping 325. Like
Yeah.
repping 325
Where
on deadlift.
there are little farts coming in and out.
I don't know. I was wearing headphones, so very possible. Everybody was looking. It was weird. There was this weird stuff running down my leg.
And something smelled weird, and I was like, I don't know.
But I was texting her, and she's she's been super supportive too because she's all really big into working out and stuff, and she put me on to like Bucked Up and some other workout pre-workouts and creatine and whatever. And I was telling her the same thing. I was like, the big thing for me that 75 Hard has done is the discipline, like I was saying, and telling that inner voice that wants to give up was like I said it like leave me alone and let me get better. And like that kind of made me get emotional because it's like telling myself to like get out of the way so that I can get better. It's not about getting skinny or losing weight or getting stronger or whatever. It was like just letting myself get better
Yeah.
just in general. So like
So are you afraid to, tomorrow or you and your wife are going to go somewhere special and eat as a celebratory thing, which you should.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about eating and then kind of falling off the bend or falling off the wagon and trying to get back? Or is that something that's not even on your mind?
no, because I think now it's like Dude, this is funny because it's like I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go get a big old freaking bacon cheeseburger, and we're gonna go to the Cheesecake Factory. That's like one of our
Yeah,
favorites.
and what's funny is we went to Protein House and you did get a bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, but it was a freaking buffalo bacon cheeseburger. There was like 84 grams of protein in that crap.
Dude,
and
it was so
like a keto bun, and it was like I wish we had one of those here. That would actually do.
Dude, it was so, Protein House was so good. I wish we should have went there instead of Buffalo Wild Wings. It would have cost the same, and it was closer.
I think the kids all would have been like, "What the heck is this? What's this peanut butter thing? It's like a chalk ball."
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, I had that. That was, I mean, you could tell it was like a healthier burger, but it's like I've been going through like, oh, what am I gonna get? What am I gonna get?
Yeah.
And then part of me almost was like, I might actually probably end up just getting something healthier, just because it's like I've kind of gravitated towards like my taste is gone that
Different.
way. If that makes any sense.
Dude, I am starting to love Zevia because I'm a huge soda drinker. I love
the
soda.
drink.
Yeah, Zevia, like, dude, they have the sparkling water with just a little. It's sugar free. It's like no preservatives and stuff like that, and it is so good. I've actually been a really big fan of it. Like their grapefruit tastes like squirt to me.
Really?
Yeah, the root beer, I think it's ginger beer or something like that. It's dude, it's so good. Their Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper. My kids hate it, but I love it.
Yeah. Well, I kind of get into the what is it? The bubbly water, like the flavored sparkling waters.
Uh-huh.
But I still have a pack of Diet Dr. Pepper and stuff in my garage fridge just for like, having one with dinner. But dude, before I would go through like the Costco pack of regular Dr. Pepper, like the 36 pack, in like a week.
Oh wow.
And that was like not drinking very many. Like that was like and then going to Maverick and getting, gas stations, getting massive sodas, and going to McDonald's and getting, dude,
we should have got our blood work done before and get it after just to see the difference, because I am curious now. Because like you said, you're drinking all the diet, you're drinking water, you're exercising. I wonder what happened to our blood work and what,
Dude, that's one thing I thought for a long time is, so, everyone knows I'm in excavation. I work outside.
Yeah.
You look up farmer's tan in the dictionary and it's just me, right? But like I had really dry, ashy skin on my arms and my forehead and my neck and stuff like that. And I thought, oh, it's just because I work outside. Oh, it's because Utah is so dry. Dude, I don't have dry, ashy skin anymore now that I drink a freaking gallon of water a day. I realize I've just been insanely dehydrated for years.
Right?
Like, it's crazy. Weird, right? You drink water and you're healthy. It's weird.
And what's funny is you drink that gallon of water for like the first 2 weeks or so, you're peeing all the time. And now you drink a gallon of water and you don't pee that much.
Dude, I sweat. Like I must really gross some people out of the gym, because when I'm leaving, dude, it's like my shirt's a different color, like the whole way through. But I haven't been like peeing a lot the last month because I don't think it stays in my body long enough, because I just turn around and sweat it out.
Yeah, that's cool.
But no, I'm to kind of go back and answer your question. I'm starting over on Monday. I'm doing it. I'm starting again because it's like, it's the only thing that has worked for me since high school, like high school football, when I had coaches telling me what I had to do. So that's why I said I kind of got emotional this morning, because I was like, I did it. Well, I mean, I got 3 hours. I got 2 hours and 45 minutes left to do it, because I got to get to the gym tonight.
Yeah.
But dude, it was, like I said, it was just like an emotional morning of like, like pumping myself up in the truck. And I've started doing the wake up list because of freaking Robert. I keep repeating to myself every day, like gratitude, discipline, patience, like gratitude, discipline, patience. And like, I keep trying to like keep those things in my mind. And this morning I was kind of going over my wake up list, the things that I'm super grateful for, and yada, yada. And I just was like, that I freaking did it. Yeah. I said I was going to do it, and I did it with the help of, my wife, Tyson, and this coach that I had. So,
no, I think it's really, really impressive. Like just the amount of muscle you put on, your transformation. No one can see it. You sent that picture, and I'm like, holy crap, you shrunk, and dude, it was significant. It wasn't a small shrink. So as my TikTok said, you probably went through my shrinkage machine.
I went right through. Yeah, that's not the only thing. I mean. But that gym pool water, it's cold, man. Like,
that's why you get in the sauna after. It's okay.
Dude, I love the sauna. Oh my gosh. I was a steam room guy for a little bit, but then after I did the sauna with you that one time, oh my gosh. I sit in there, and I've told you this 100 times, but
I don't know how
When
you do this.
when I go into the sauna, I set a timer for 20 minutes. I mean, there's the big safety sign like, oh, we'll only do it for 20 minutes at a time or whatever. And I'm like, don't tell me what to do. Like, but then I get in there and my gym is packed. Like they need to build a freaking another one. But I get in there and I take a mental note of everybody who was in there before me. And I try to stay in there until the last person that was in there before me left. And some nights it's like, 15 minutes, and then I stay through the 20. But like last night, dude, there was this dude in there that wasn't even sweating it. And I literally looked at him and I was like, how long you been in here? He's like, I don't know, like 25 minutes. And I'm like, how long are you going to stay in here? And like, I must have came in like a minute after him because like I'm at 23 minutes. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, how are you not sweating? Like, I felt like I was one question away from like, can you leave? But like, I don't know, it just kind of becomes a game for me or whatever. But yeah, I was in there for 26 minutes last night. It may not be healthy, but I bring in a bottle of water with me. So it's like I'm drinking water while I'm in there. I put a little bit on the back of my neck, but yeah, dude, I'm like addicted to the sauna.
No, I do that now because you had to tell me, and I'm like, oh crap, now I have to do it, and I really do it. And I think the most I've ever been in there recently is 30 minutes. Dude, and it's because these two kids, literally they're kids, they're like 16, 17-year-olds. We're just talking to each other the whole time. I'm like, will you just step outside and talk?
Well, do you know the little sensor at the top, right? That like there's like the thermometer that tells you how hot it is, and then there's like some kind of thermal sensor. Apparently, if you put a wet paper towel over that, it increases the heat like significantly.
Oh, wow.
And there's this dude that goes there at the same time that I do or whatever, and he comes in and he must be like a freaking glutton for punishment because he brings in and he's like, you guys okay if I block the sensor? And it'll go from like 180 to 230 within like 15 minutes.
Oh, dang.
And like then at that point, I'm kind of like, I gotta stop. Start to smell like bacon in here.
Yeah. Dude, I think I'm getting a 10.
Yeah, seriously. Well, and it's like you just think you go as you're sitting there, you go through the stuff in your mind, you're like, I wonder how much sweat is just baked into these wooden benches.
Oh, it's so gross. You think about it, really though. Yeah. And I'm like, someone will sit up, and you'll go like as you're walking in, someone's leaving or something. And there's just a pile of sweat and their imprint of their butt on the wood. And you're like, okay, I don't want to sit there. And like 3 minutes later, it's gone.
Yeah, one time I sat there.
Someone else sits there and like, oh, so gross.
One time I was so bored in there because my phone, I left my phone in the locker. And they have a TV playing in there, and so you can kind of keep track of the time because it's always playing the evening news. And then this one dude was in there sweating worse than me. And when he got up, it was like like the chalk outlines and like CSI or whatever someone dies or like in the TV show. It was like a sweat outline of him like perfectly, like where he was sitting on the wall and everything. And so I just sat there like watching it, like just like super slowly like shrink. And then I was like, okay, I gotta go. Like this is getting me too much.
This is really entertaining.
Yeah. But yeah, well, so like I said, I was going to ask you that I never did. So what would you say like your biggest takeaway is? Because like you still did 99% of it, and then you started over literally the day after you decided that you didn't hit the mark that you wanted. So what would be your biggest takeaway? Because you still lost like 31 freaking pounds. You still
and I'm still going to do it. And I think what will happen after this 75 hard, I'm going to keep working out. I might not do twice a day anymore. And like I said, I'll do 90-10. So 90%, I'll always be on my diet, 10%.
Yeah.
If I want to go take my wife out to eat, we're going to go out to eat. But it'd still be, okay. But I think what is the self-control. Like I've learned that I can actually control what I'm eating. I just remember being so sick, and I'm like, I wake up in the morning and just like, oh, my stomach is just so full. And I'm like, why? I don't understand. And now it's just you wake up and you're like, oh. Like I text you that one day. I'm like, I don't have an overhang like I used to.
Yeah. Dude,
like my stomach is not hanging over and like leaving that crease anymore. And I'm like, dang. That's
they call that Dunlap disease.
Dunlap?
Your stomach Dunlapped over your belt.
Yeah. And I don't have that anymore. And I was just like.
Dumb joke.
That's it though.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm still working on mine. Like mine, so like that before photo, I mean, if you look at it real close, because obviously I feel comfortable sharing it with you, I look sick. Like I look so unhealthy. I look so uncomfortable. Like I'm so bloated. Like you can tell. Like I literally look like a bloated pig.
Yeah, that's how I feel with mine.
But obviously I still have quite a bit to go because my goal is my goal is to be 210 by my birthday mid-December. So that's still about 50 pounds, give or take.
Well, but you got to remember also, you're working out harder than you ever have in a long time, and you're building more muscle. So your 210 might be 220 to 225.
And that's what I'm saying is like no matter what, like if I get to the actual 210, like I'm not worried about like I don't need to be cut. I don't need to have a six pack or whatever. But like, if I can get rid, so like my legs shrunk, my waist shrunk, my arms, like all the fat around my arms and stuff started shrinking first, but I still carry a lot of weight in my chest, in my back, in my stomach. So as long as I can like shrink those down to like a comfortable size, like then I'll be happy. But I'm still going to shoot for like maybe I need to go do like one of those like do another body scan and like shoot for a body.
Oh yeah, you should
like a fat percentage instead.
I know if you go to the athletic department at Weber State, they do it for like $20.
Yeah,
like a real bod pod.
Yeah, they have one. They have one here. I did one at my gym. They have like a whole training session, like section.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I did one, and they said from when I first started there to the one that I did the other day, when I texted you guys, like, yeah, I've lost 31 pounds overall, but I've also gained about 7 pounds of muscle.
Dude, that's cool.
Which that was crazy because that's for me. I'm like, are you sure? Like that's quite a bit of muscle to put on in like 2 months.
Yeah.
So,
especially, I mean, you're working like your work is not like it's labor. It's a lot of manual labor, what you have to do. So,
well, yeah, and then, dude, I'm like going to the gym, and it's like every single set that I do, I try to do it to failure.
Yeah,
like I said, like it's when I was doing deadlifts, it's 5 sets of, try to go for 8, but my coach is like, you better be failing around 6 or 7 when you're doing heavy lifting. But then there's only one heavy lift day every so often, and then it's more lighter weight, but 20 reps, 25 reps, 15 reps. So he's changing it up. He's kicking my butt.
That's cool though. It's working for you.
Yeah. Well, I feel better. I mean, you and I both talked about this. Like the reason we started this is we wanted to feel better about ourselves, and we went to Vegas to like represent Copper Johns.
Yeah. And it worked.
I feel like it paid off, dude. Like
100%. And then it's just like I said, I feel more energy. I'm more secure about how I look, even though I still want to get better. I this time next year, I want to be able to just feel 100% confident that I'm going to take my shirt off and when I go swimming in a public outing. I did it. It's the first time I've done it in many, many years when we went swimming in Park City. Mm-hmm. But I was still a little self-conscious. I would just be like, next year at this time, I just want to take it off and just like, what's up?
you're like, when we went swimming in Park City, and I'm like, I wonder if people are thinking just like me and you just like went and spent the weekend in Park City. No, we took our wives, we took our kids. It wasn't a secret rendezvous.
We had a barbecue with our kids, and
yeah.
And
it was funny because it was like our kids, like my little kids were like drawn to your older, like your kids were older than mine.
Yeah.
And it was just cute. Like my little 5-year-old and my daughter. So Liv, my 7-year-old who's into gymnastics and tumbling and stuff, was like just infatuated with your daughter that's doing it. So
yeah, they had a lot of fun with each other.
So one of the things you were just talking about wanting to take your, feel comfortable taking your shirt off, going swimming or whatever, like in public or whatever.
Uh-huh.
One weird goal that I have, and I know it's kind of obscure, but just because of my insecurity with it, right? And even though I'm married to my wife for 10 years, and we've seen each other in all facets.
Uh-huh.
Right? I've seen her literally giving birth, and she's seen me
giving birth
on the toilet. But like, I've never felt comfortable enough to sleep with my shirt off.
Oh,
I've always been like, sleep in my boxers or, t-shirt, whatever.
Kind of like King of Queens. If you ever seen that, Kevin James, how he goes to bed with just a shirt.
Yeah. So it's like, Kevin James is my spirit animal. Everyone thinks I look like Kevin James when I shave.
You kind of do. I was shocked.
but that's one goal that I have is like I want to get to the point where I feel so comfortable that I would feel comfortable with like the cliche, like, you know, guy going to bed with, you know, just with shorts on or whatever. It's a weird thought that I've had, but that was one thing of like, hey, that's a goal for me. I want to feel
I
comfortable
think,
enough.
yeah, I don't think that's weird at all.
I want to feel comfortable enough to like do what some normal guys do with their shirts off. So
Yeah,
I don't need a six pack. I just need like a not a oh dude, can you like just
you just want, but you want to feel comfortable and
yeah.
confident in your own skin, and that is something.
And now
And you're getting
I
there, man.
I feel like I can. That's the thing. Like I don't know if
That's
it's
cool.
overly confident, but it's like I feel like I've got the tools and the resources and the drive and discipline now to just like. So I'm not even sure what I'm going to get at Cheesecake Factory. Like I'll probably will still get a piece of cheesecake, but I'm not like I may just get something that tastes good to me instead of like
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. It's just like I don't I it this might sound cliche or some people think you're like BSing, but like it's crazy. I feel like I've kicked that food addiction in 75 days. Like I don't need to have the foods that I told myself I used to need.
yeah,
Like to the point that it caused major arguments between my wife and I. And
that's huge though.
now it's like no, I literally don't need it. Like the I can't tell you like but the thing is like I did take my kids to Wendy's the other day because I took them to work with me to give my wife a break because I left her with them in Vegas. Well, I was in Vegas for a week.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to take the kids, give them some Frosties and French fries. Wendy's has a grilled chicken wrap now. And I calculated it and it's like 300 calories, but it's like a ton of protein. And I added grilled chicken. I added extra grilled chicken. Whereas it was like the Baconator used to be like, you ran into me on the street. I probably had one in my pocket. Like, so it's just making better choices when nobody's around to make sure you're making better choices. Like that to me was a win of like I texted my wife a picture. I'm like, I got a freaking grilled chicken wrap at freaking Wendy's. Like,
Right.
but it is delicious. So I mean, next time you go to Wendy's, try one.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
plug
what my go-to right now is if like if the meal prep, if I decide, like sometimes I'll eat early. My breakfast, I didn't have breakfast, and all of a sudden my lunch I ate. I'm like, well, now I'm hungry again.
right?
Jimmy John's sells a good chicken Caesar wrap or Thai chicken wrap, or I can't remember the other one, but those are two I really like. And I'm like, yeah, and I did it and all that, and I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Well, it's like when we
Because
were
I
in
enter
Vegas,
everything
dude.
in MyFitnessPal as well.
Well, yeah, I use that 100%. I track all my macros and stuff on there, but it's like I I found myself literally in Vegas, not just like oh I have to, but like you saw me, like I was just wanting the like wanting the grilled chicken salad or wanting the fajitas and not using the tortillas, just eating the meat
Yeah.
and the veggies. And it's funny, like we're on like episode 9, and these guys are like, "It's called Dad Bods and Beards. Can you guys talk about donuts or like?" But
Speaking of donuts, my daughter bought me protein donuts for Father's Day, and I just had
protein
the last
donuts.
one. They're so good.
Who makes them?
I'll have to. She's the one who bought them, so I'll have to. I can't remember what, but there was
That
4
sounds like
donuts in there, and they were pretty dang good. You
yeah,
put them in the microwave and let them sit there for like 10, 20 seconds, and then you get the whipped cream. The sugar-free stuff that you
yeah.
It's like calorie-free. I'm like, what the crap do they make this with? Just
Well,
water? But then you put it on, and dude, as it melts, it was amazing.
Nice. You'll have to have to send me what those are. But like I got kind of hooked on those. Like they're always you have to kind of like they're almost like an acquired taste, like the protein cookies and stuff.
Oh yeah, the Nick's
They're oversized. They're like
protein that we had in Vegas. I bought a 12-pack
yeah.
on Amazon.
Oh, you did? Yeah,
Yeah,
those are freaking okay. Those don't even taste like freaking keto bars.
no, they're freaking
Those taste
phenomenal.
like a freaking Snickers.
Oh yeah, they were amazing.
I bought a couple in the. I'd never seen them before, but they were in the little.
No, you're the one who
convenience
told
store
me
inside the
about them.
hotel.
I tried them. They're like $5, almost $6, I think, in Vegas.
Mhm.
On
Yeah.
Amazon, I think it was like $18 for 12.
Really? Because I think I spent like $30 buying a bunch in
No,
Vegas. Like in the
I'm
convenience store
dead
driving
serious. So
home.
did I, and that's why and then Lydia said, "Dad, you should check out if they have those on," because she tried it, she loved it,
Mhm.
and so I looked and I'm like, "Holy crap, they're right there!" And they're
So
like $1.60 a bar.
Because they're they're gluten free.
Yeah, I think it's like she
So.
could eat them. So
That's cool. Yeah, man. So one thing I want to like take away from this is not just sitting here and just talk about ourselves, but like part of the reason that we started this was obviously because we both wanted to be better. We both wanted to kick some habits. and get like it's not over. Obviously, you know, you and I both feel like we've got work to continue doing.
Oh,
But
100%. We don't get this
I
big in 75 days. It's going to take longer to
No.
lose it than just 75 days.
Well, it's funny is so I'll come back to that, but I wanted to say this for anybody who is listening because I have had a couple of buddies text me and say like I want to try 75 hard because you are.
That's cool.
And I've got a really good buddy that I've been friends with for like 12 or 13 years who's texted me that he's going to start and he's got some friends. And so I love him to death. He listens to every episode. He's texted me all the time of like, oh, you know, missed you guys the week that you weren't here. But like for anybody that's listening, that's considering wanting to do anything that's better for yourself, like it's worth it. Like I know that's super cliche, but and if you're needing some kind of structure to help you push through like the cravings or push through, you know, self-control issues or discipline, like that is why 75 Hard was created. And that's why I liked it because it's freaking free. Like it's not some program that some dude's trying to sell you. It's literally him just being like, I was in this situation. I wanted to change. So he created that.
This is what I did.
Yeah, this is what I did. And so it's like, but you've got to find someone to do it with, is my experience. And so anybody that's listening, message me, and I would even dare say, you know, I can speak for you, like message Tyson on
absolutely.
John's, whatever. If you want to start it, and like, I almost feel like we could like start some kind of like Instagram group of just like a.
Well, we have why don't we start on Dad Bods and Beards like on TikTok? Just follow Dad Bods Beards on TikTok, message us, and let's
one post
start
post it on there.
Yeah.
I need to be more active, but yeah.
I don't have access to it, so.
Oh wait, really?
Oh,
I need to send it to you.
It's okay that you don't. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
No, I mean I've posted just one thing on there, but that's what I'm saying is like it's like you need an accountability group. So like anybody that's wanting to start it, like shoot me a message. Like I would love to be a support for you because it's like it's changed. It is 100% changed my life already, and I just feel so driven and motivated. Like, dude, you can't see because you guys don't have the camera, but like I've got calluses on my hands, and it's from lifting. And it's from going to the gym. And like, it's cool seeing people like recognize you in the gym. Like, yeah, I'm a freaking regular now. Like, y'all know me here.
Oh, you got to tell them about what happened 2 nights ago.
Oh, that was so weird. It was so weird. So
we'll end it with this story.
Okay. But real quick. So I was going to say, going back, and then I'll tell you that story. So you said, you know, guys don't get as big as us, you know, overnight or whatever. So I used to say when people would be like, you know, like, oh, can I get extra bacon or can I get da-da-da? And people are like, oh, yeah, sure. And then I would just, a self-deprecating joke, I would be like, well, I didn't get this way eating salads. That was like my go-to joke forever. But now it's almost like I'm thinking to myself of like, well, I am kind of getting this way because I'm eating salads. Like, it's kind of lame, but I just like, oh, all right, Logan, that's good. Feel better about yourself.
I need to go look back at older TikToks of you and then TikToks of now. Because I noticed with your glamour shot of you, but when you're by yourself, which I laughed really hard, you can notice a huge difference.
Yeah. See, yeah. My brother, who I work with every day, like he came out to me today. He's like, dude, you're trimming out, man. Like, I was like, thanks. Yeah, these are my tight pants.
These are my stretchy pants.
I wear them. It's for fun. Yeah. But yeah, so well, you should tell your story about this.
What was my story?
Yeah, the girl that like got pissed at you at the gym the other night because she thought you were. I'm like telling you the story. I'm like, how to tell.
Yeah, no, that was weird though. Like she was looking for someone to fight. No, so I'm sitting here doing flies. It was last night, wasn't it?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. So anyway, I'm sitting here doing flies on the machine, and it's on cables, and so I'm sitting here doing flies, and there's like probably a 19, 20-year-old lady, and she's very scandalous clothes, which is her prerogative. She can do what she wants. But I'm not even looking at her. Candace, my wife, is literally behind her working on the birthing machine. That's what I call it, the birthing machine. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's where
the
their legs are spread apart and they're trying to squeeze them together. And I call it, I'm like, you going to go work the birthing machine?
She's over here like.
And so she's over there doing the birthing machine. And so I'm looking at her and directly, and the lady just started getting mad at me. I was like, why are you staring at me and all that? I'm like, wait, what? I wasn't even looking
so
at you.
past her, but she thinks
Yeah,
you're
looking
at
completely
her.
past her, and she was so mad. I thought I was going to get kicked out and stuff because she was just like creating a problem. And I'm like, this is awkward because I wasn't looking at you. Just look behind you. Just look behind you. It's my
You're
wife.
like looking for a bush to disappear into.
Yeah,
You're just
I'm like,
back
holy
away.
crap.
Like, real slow.
I'm like, I'm sure I'm somewhere on TikTok right now.
Oh,
Joey
well,
Swole will protect me
waiting
though.
for Joey Swole to pop up and just defend you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
That's
like,
funny.
dude, I promise my wife was literally behind you. I didn't even notice you.
Yeah, she's just looking for a fight.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
yeah,
yours was a lot better. Yours was non-confrontational. It was just funny.
It was awkward.
It was
so
not as awkward as someone trying to hug you and you saying, "Whoa, no, whoa, whoa."
Yeah. I'm never gonna get.
Oh, and then there's Matt who makes it worse.
So much secondhand cringe. Like if you guys didn't listen to last week's episode where we talked with Matt and Robert about the Cosmo Prof, like there's so many inside jokes, but you've got to go. There's some hilarious stories.
And then you just take off. I'm like, what? Everyone just leaves, just me there alone.
See you later. But so the other night, my gym is packed. They rebuilt our gym from like a smaller version to like they took over a grocery store and built a massive one, and then everybody shows up. So I mean, it's packed all the time. So I'm over there working out, and they've right there on like the dumbbell floor, and it's just a massive like 40-foot mirror. But so I'm over there, like everybody else, staring at myself, working out
as you should.
And I
you're gorgeous.
Look in the mirror, and there's a girl over to my right, and I look in the mirror, and I see her very obviously take a picture of me. Like it wasn't like, oh, is she like? And she saw me, that I saw her, and we saw each other. It was like
there was a connection there, right?
It wasn't a connection. You'd get me in trouble. But I just was like, like, hey, like just kind of gave her like the okay eyes, right? And to her defense, she immediately came over and apologized. So it wasn't like it was like, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. She's like, I really like she's like, you have a great beard and whatever. And I was just Snapchatting my friend and showing her. And I was like, okay, yeah, no worries. Like, I wasn't going to be like, well, make sure you ask next time. Like, I just was like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. And I'm texting my wife. I'm like, the weirdest thing just happened. I just had some girl take a picture of me. And like not a minute or two later, while I'm telling my wife this and texting her this, she comes up and she goes, I thought I recognized you. My friend follows you on TikTok and sends me your TikToks all the time. You're hilarious. Crazy. So she's like, I'm like, oh, okay, because TikTok sometimes is locational, and I've had run-ins with people before saying that they've seen me or they know me or whatever. And so I'm like, oh, okay, yes, like I'm playing nice. I'm like, and she literally goes, can I get a picture with you to send to my friend? And I'm like, right now? Like in the middle of the gym where there's 30 people around waiting for me to finish my set so they can take these dumbbells. And she's like, yeah. So she taps this dude on the shoulder and is like, can you take a picture of us? This other stranger. Now we've got another stranger involved. So I do kind of like the arms folded, just kind of like lean to the side a little bit, like, hey, or whatever. And now everybody's looking like, should we know this dude? Why is she posing with him? Like, why is she fangirl over this guy? And so then it was just awkward because it just is like posing. I'm like looking like a freaking sweating warthog, like just beat red face and like sweating and just posing like, hey, whatever. And then I checked my follows within, a couple minutes, and then I recognized her picture. She like immediately went and followed me on TikTok, but she said her friend sent her some of my funnier ones. And it just was awkward because then like after that, some dude came up to me. He's like, are you like an influencer or like, I'm like, yeah, no, I do those YouTube videos where you just eat all day long. And I was like, no, I said, I do some TikTok stuff. And I said, and she's seen a couple of mine. He's like, oh yeah, what's your handle? And I'm like, this is getting out of hand. I'm just trying to work out. I don't need everybody at my gym to follow me on TikTok because
believe me, you will judge me.
Well, it's like, it's funny. Like there's some people from like church and other places that follow me on TikTok. And, I ran into one of them the other day at gym, and he goes, oh, how was Vegas? And I'm like, how'd you know about Vegas? Oh, I put it on TikTok. But yeah, it's a weird world when I'm at 182,000 on TikTok now. So in the TikTok world, that's not huge.
All right. So we're in a group chat. I have to do this because I don't know why it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but we're in a group chat. Yeah. And this talks about, just because you were talking about your followers, we're in a group chat with Robert, Michaelis, Matt, Beard Laws, yourself, and me. and we talk on a regular. And what's hilarious is
on a regular,
you guys,
like daily, hourly.
yeah.
Like,
And no, but what cracks me up is you three are posting and you show us some of like the more spicy content that is given to you and what people tell you guys and stuff like that.
oh, like the weird
And
messages.
and I'm just like, once someone asked me about a beard oil and
Well, but see, I keep telling you this.
like, and it's just like Vegas where it's just like you three, and then they hand me the camera to take a picture of you three with them. I'm like, oh, and so I'm just like, so I don't get any steamy stuff or spicy content, and no one wants to take a picture with me. I'm like,
well, I tell you this. Okay, one, because the algorithm is different because yours is a.
oh, I
yours
know,
is a
I just
business
it just
account, right?
cracks me up.
Well, it's funny. Yeah, like we were screenshotting just these different, very interesting DMs that we get because Instagram is like wide open. Anybody can DM you on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I've gotten some pictures from men on Instagram that are just like, this should be a felony. You can't just send this to people. Like,
It probably
but yeah,
is a
no,
felony.
you're not missing anything, buddy.
No, that's why
Yeah.
I said I was teasing. But it's just like I have feelings too, people.
Yeah, I'll, every now and then, I'll just send you like a spicy message just to make you feel included.
It's different because I'm asking for it.
I don't want to ask for it. I just want to feel loved. Oh, brother. I know
but
we're
it's
like,
so
oh,
funny.
we'll just do like a 30-minute recap of 75 Hard. And it's like 55 minutes later. Oh man, but no, I'm proud of you for like restarting and like feeling like you wanted to just like recommit and stuff. And I'm so happy and thankful that you did this with me. I couldn't have done it without you, dude.
I'm grateful that you brought it up because, like I said, it's kind of it's been life altering. It's changing, and you know, with me doing this and I go to therapy. I go to a therapist every Monday. And between this and that and reading, you know, a nonfiction book, which is, you know, usually a self-help book, in my case, what I've been reading. And it's really opened my eyes to, you know, be in the here and now and not worry about the future and don't worry about the past. Just be here and now and just focus on getting better for the day and being grateful for what you have. That has changed my outlook in life completely. I mean, there's days where I will struggle. And I just have to remind myself that, hey, look at you. Look what you accomplished. Be grateful for what you have. You have a wonderful wife. You have wonderful kids. You have a great friend named Logan who loves yeast.
I love yeast.
But I mean, it's just like there's so much to be grateful for. And I think before we started this podcast, before we did the 75 Hard and before my therapy, I was struggling. I think this all of this stuff, like us talking, is really therapeutic. Just, you know, talking and I think all of this combined has really helped my outlook in life.
Dude, I'm so happy for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, it's good. And then
you seem better. You seem happier. You seem more balanced. Like, because I mean, we've known each other for going on a year and a half. So.
Dude, that's crazy. Like I was telling you, I'm like, it's really been that long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
time flies, man.
Time flies when you're in love.
And you wonder why you get this.
I'm not helping. Like everyone's like, are you like, even on my TikTok where we did the high five, someone's like, your cover is fading.
Well, especially when I do like a Peter Pan and give you a 5. I'm like,
I think that's just, well, it's like the same thing of like, my wife was like, what do you guys talk about in your group text all day with like the 4 of us? And I'm like, beards. Nothing. You're not allowed to see. Give me my phone.
Lifting weights.
Yeah.
Supplements.
Yeah, I'm not even going to share what we talked about.
No. But what needs to say, there's a cutout of something, and there's 3 of them life size, and they're for sale.
Yeah.
And Matt wants one.
Yeah. Oh, brother. So just to kind of round it out, thank you guys so much for listening to us and our back and forth nonsense, but we love it. We enjoy this. I think we're going to try to have Matt and Robert on maybe a couple times a month if we can, because just, again, the back and forth with them. Thanks for kind of following along with us on this journey. We're still going to keep going on it. And if any of you want to hop on and do 75 hard or any other kind of just like self betterment, and you need some accountability, message me on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever. I promise, make sure you're putting like, hey, I wanted to, reference this podcast episode. Be more than happy to help you with the accountability.
And then also just our wives, we want our wives on, not only just to prove that we have wives, but also, but to just have the interaction with each other. And I think it would be fun to have them on. So we're definitely going to have our wives on here shortly.
That might be a hard sell for my wife. I told her, I was like, oh, we want to have you on. She's like, I'm not.
It's not a recording. I mean, it's a recording, but it's not a, they're not going to see any video of it.
Yeah. No, I definitely think it would be great.
We'll get them.
So
we should say, hey, if we get like 20 thumbs up, everyone's like a million, right? No, just 20, guys. Just 20.
1 million likes, and I'll do this. No, like, can you use like 5, like a high five? Like someone just.
How about 1? Just 1.
Speaking of that, this we need to probably wrap this up. But like, if you guys like this, I know this kind of sounds petty, but like it really helps us and helps us kind of reach more people. We've got like a few reviews on the Apple side. I don't know about the Android. I need to check the Android.
Well, last time I think we had 7 5-stars.
If you guys could go, not only just like leave a rating, but like give a quick little blurb. If I mean, even if there's like some criticism in there, keep it nice. Don't make it too mean. But like,
should we? No one's going to be listening now. We've gone 56 minutes, but just how I reviewed us.
Dude, that's so dumb. Oh man, Janae could like cut this into 2 episodes. Like,
so I'll tell the story. You tell the story, but then I'll cut in when you come say, "Hey, okay. Tyson, what happened here?"
And then we're gonna have to wrap it up, or neither one of us is gonna make it to the gym. But yeah, like so. Oh gosh, we were like what 2 or 3 episodes in, so we're like watching reviews like a hawk or whatever, and I'm like, "Hey, oh yeah, all 5-star reviews so far, and some great messages and whatever." And then there was this random review. And I'm like, why did they give us a 1 star? But like the review was so positive, and it was like, like Logan and Tyson's banter. It was like such a positive, like verbal or like written review, but it was a 1 star, and it like was eating me up. I screenshot it, I sent it to you. I was like, do you know who this is? Like, can we message them? I think they made a mistake. And it was like 2 whole days bbefore you're like, oh, I'm an idiot. That was me.
No, but I didn't own up to it because I was embarrassed, and so I
thought you didn't know, but.
No, I did. I'm sorry. So I don't know who did it. Like, let me look into it.
Yeah, you just fat fingered it. And you hit a 1 instead of a 5. But
so it was needlessly. I fixed it the next, that minute. But it's just like, I'm so dumb.
It just was like, man. Like I was like, I don't get. It's like it's almost like it was like like a cyber cyber attack or cyberbullying of like, hey, you guys are great, but 1 star. Oh man,
but appreciate you guys joining us today, and those who made it through the whole hour. I appreciate you guys listening. We really do got 2 hours to go to the gym, so we got to hustle. So
yeah. Well, you guys are awesome, and we hope you guys stick around and enjoy the shows. And okay, bye.
Hey, bye. Thank you so much for listening, guys. It means the world to us. If you have a chance, please give us a 5-star review, as well as write something a little pretty in there so that we know that you know that we know that you care. Anyway, have a great day, guys. I can't do it.
Dude, that was good. I like that. You can't redo it without laughing. That was good.